I take a second right now because I want to use your Russian for clips and for downloads. So could you, and this is all due respect to your wife, who I know and I love, can you please hit on Shannon or Natalie or both in Russian? Please hit on them.
Конечно, как дела? Я бы с обоим говорил в то же время, а то что какой за русский только с одной женщиной говорит, это очень неинтересно. И никто на меня не смотрит. О, наконец-то кто-то на меня смотрит. Губы у тебя очень хорошие. А та вторая еще не смотрит. Ну же сюда смотри. Ты не туда смотришь. На меня смотри.
Okay, that sounds like hate speech. And I think that would have been, I think that's equal to domestic violence in the United States. What did you actually say to them?
I did feel triggered.
You felt triggered?
I did, yeah. It made me feel nervous.
Well, did that, take Ben out of it because I know he's married and you would never, but if a big 6'5" bald man with tattoos on his eyelids said that to you, would you become aroused, Shannon?
I don't know about aroused.
Because that's a hardcore cold. We're on purpose. We haven't
allowed
revealed.
No,
we haven't revealed what you've said. Mm-hmm. So keep that in your brain, in your big brain, Ben. There's a lot of room up there because you have a big brain. And Shannon, I want your reaction to that. If it's a big burly guy who maybe does something for the fire department.
Mm-hmm. If that were the case, I would stick around to see if there was some English in there somewhere and I could get somewhere, maybe.
Oh, but English is important?
Yeah.
But what about the language? What I'm asking, Shannon, is the language itself an aphrodisiac? An aphrodisiac is a big word for our fans who...
turn on. It means turn on.
Yeah. They can't get turned on by anything because they're dormant.
I was going to say no, but... If it's coming from like a menacing looking man, this is going to sound.
But I just got called a wimp. Go on, Shannon. I pay attention to the subtlety.
No, because
Ben can aggressively do your taxes. That's the way it looks.
It's scary.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it just because I do like somebody who is like a more of like an aggressive, scary person, and you are a nice man, Ben.
Yes, but I'm listen to my question, Shannon.
That's
it's
what I'm
a
getting
scary aggressive language.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to that, yes.
Okay.
I took too long.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying with what you added to it, possibly.
Okay.
But not just the language on its own. You know how like some people are like, oh, like an English accent or an Irish accent or something could be like hot and it's just hot on its own? I don't think it's just hot on its own.
Okay. English accent is the opposite of a Russian dialect. English is like polite and kind of upbeat, and Russian is, I think he was saying kind things to you, and it just sounded horrific.
I was trying to give nice tone to it too. I was trying to.
Oh my God!
I wasn't trying to hit the hard consonants hard.
It's just
I was trying to soften it.
It's just a very rough, cold language, don't you think, Ben? If you were just listening to it,
I mean, you have
that knowledge.
That way.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. You have a joke about that. About how it sounds terrifying.
Yeah, and whenever the comments are always like Russian, Hebrew, Arabic, German. Those are the four that sound scariest.
Yes,
because they're all hard consonant.
Hard consonant. Yeah. But what about vowels? Do they deserve any respect? Is it weird that the countries that have the hard consonants oppress women? Do you think there's something there? They don't use any of the vowels.
Russia actually.
What about why? Sometimes why?
Russia was way ahead of America in letting women work outside the home.
Freeze outside the home?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking up for your culture, Ben. But
Yeah.
Shannon, go ahead.
No, can we hear what you did say to us?
Yeah, what did you exactly say?
Something along the lines of what kind of Russian would only hit on one girl? Every Russian, the Russian way is two women, but neither of them are looking at me. Why aren't either of them looking at me? Then you finally made eyes. I'm like, there we go. Finally, someone, you have nice lips. Why isn't the other one looking at me? And then I kept going on, you need to look at me. And then I ended.
But what about her lips?
Well, I can't see the lips without the eyes, Mike.
Yeah. Natalie was instructed not to look at you.
It's probably for the best.
During that whole exchange.
I have to do my job. I got to make sure you're framed right.
Yeah, framed. Framed is something they do in Russia. They'll frame you.
And
like
America.
Brittany Griner. 7 years in prison for pot. Good one.
That's
a good one,
political
Ben.
prisoner. It's useful trade.
Yeah, and we gave you like the most evil guy ever, and you gave us a forward.
The joke I had was it's a fair trade because she's a sharpshooter. Boom! Air horn right there. That's the air horn.
We can't call for the air horns because it's still up in the air horn about the air horn. Okay, this is a fun episode without the air horns. I mean, it really is.
Well, that's just because I'm saying air horn instead of the sound. That's what fixes.
Yeah.
That's the compromise solution.
Do you think that because you've been on this show before with air horns, do you think that you've been subliminally conditioned for the air horn now, and now you're in a norms crisis because there is no air horn, and you don't know how to react after the joke? Because I find myself in that predicament, Ben.
Well,
Take off your glasses and be real with us.
To be real with you.
Wow. That's a huge difference. We're stripping away the layers now. And by the end of it, you're going to have that blazer off, too.
Well, you told me we were going to talk about serious subjects, so I brought the blazer so that your low-income whites take my opinions more seriously.
What about your corn pipe? Do you have that, too? God, this is so good. Okay.
To answer your question,
Answer the
be real with
question,
you,
Ben.
Mike.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you talk over me. Answer the question.
I don't remember doing your podcast last time, so had you not mentioned the air horns, it would have never occurred to me.
Wow.
My world does not revolve around your podcast, but thank you for having me on. Please bring me back soon.